Hello everyone, welcome to Food Tech for You. Today's topic is carbohydrates. In this video, we will discuss classification, structure, and functions of carbohydrates. Let's start. What are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are organic molecules composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Uh, Carbohydrate means hydrates of carbon. They have empirical formula CH2ON. Although this formula does not apply to all carbohydrates. Let's see some examples. Rhamnohexose does not possess empirical formula CH2ON, but it is a carbohydrate. Same goes for deoxyribose. However, there are several non-carbohydrate compounds, example acetic acid, lactic acid, which also appear as hydrates of carbon and possess empirical formula CH2ON. Hence, carbohydrate cannot be always considered as hydrates of carbon. What is the definition of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones or compounds which produces them on hydrolysis. What is the meaning of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone? For understanding the term polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone, let's see the structure. Poly means many, hydroxy means OH group. So ultimately we can say polyhydroxyl group is the group consisting of many OH group. Okay. And polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone means polyhydroxyl group attached to a ketone group or polyhydroxyl group attached to a aldehyde group. C double bond O denotes ketone group and CHO denotes aldehyde group. CHO and C double bond O. And which compound produces polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones on hydrolysis? Answer: oligosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Next, carbohydrate can classified as monosaccharide, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides and held together by glycosidic bond. What are glycosidic bonds? When two or more monosaccharide unit react with each other, they form glycosidic bond with the release of water molecule. This reaction is called dehydration synthesis or condensation. This is the structure of maltose consisting of two glucose molecules held together by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. Why it is a alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond? Both of these are alpha D glucose molecule. Alpha means the OH group present attached to carbon 1 lies below the plane of ring. That is known as alpha glucose molecule. And why it is called as D glucose? Because this is a D isomer and most carbohydrate in nature present in D isomer form. Next, here OH group of first carbon is attached to the OH group of fourth carbon, which is why this linkage is called as alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Let's see standard definition. Glycosides are formed when hemiacetal or hemiketal hydroxyl group. These are hemiacetal hydroxyl groups. Glycosides are formed when these hydroxyl group of a carbohydrate react with hydroxyl group of another carbohydrate or non-carbohydrate. The bond so formed is called as glycosidic bond, and the non-carbohydrate moiety is referred to as aglycon. Okay. In the upcoming slides, we will cover the topic of anomers, but first, let's discuss the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates can classified as monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides can further be classified based on functional group present as aldoses and ketoses. Here, glucose is an example of aldohexose and fructose is an example of ketohexose. Mono means one, saccharide means sugar. So, monosaccharide contains one sugar molecule. Example, glucose, fructose, galactose. All of these are monosaccharides. And on the basis of number of carbon atoms, this can be classified as trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, and heptoses. Oligosaccharides means oligo means few and saccharide means sugar, few sugars, 2 to 10 sugar molecule. uh, if there is two sugar molecule, then it is known as disaccharide. And example of disaccharides, maltose, lactose, sucrose. And what are the example of trisaccharides? Raffinose. And what is example of tetrasaccharide? Stachyose. Okay. Polysaccharides. Poly means many, saccharide means sugar. Basically, polysaccharides contain many monosaccharides unit. Okay, and polysaccharide can further be classified as homopolysaccharides or heteropolysaccharides. In case of homopolysaccharides, examples are starch, dextrine, glycogen, cellulose, inulin. And examples of heteropolysaccharides, hyaluronic acid, heparin. Please remember, disaccharide means two monosaccharide unit held together by glycosidic bond, and trisaccharide means three monosaccharide unit held together by glycosidic bond. Okay? Before detailed discussion about classification of carbohydrates and structure, let's first examine functions of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are most abundant dietary source of energy, provide 4 calorie per gram. They are main source of energy, providing 60 to 80% of body's caloric need. The brain and other part of central nervous system are dependent on glucose for energy. Carbohydrates are precursor for many organic compounds like fats, amino acid, and carbohydrates participate in structure of cell membrane. They are structural component of many organisms. These include the fiber of plants, cellulose, and exoskeleton of some insects, and cell wall of microorganism. Cell wall of microorganism contains peptidoglycan, that is a carbohydrate. Peptido means protein molecule, and glycan is a carbohydrate. Okay, and they are structural component of many organisms. These include fiber of plants, cellulose. Okay, carbohydrates also serve as the storage form of energy, glycogen, to meet the immediate energy demand of body. Carbohydrates can classified into digestible and non-digestible type. Fibers are example of non-digestible carbohydrate, while glucose, fructose, galactose, sucrose, maltose, etc. are examples of digestible carbohydrates. The complex carbohydrates that are not digested by human enzyme are collectively referred to as dietary fibers. And dietary fibers can be soluble fibers and insoluble fibers. Example of soluble fibers: pectin, gums, mucilase. And insoluble fiber: cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin. And what are the benefits of fibers? Prevent constipation, eliminate bacterial toxins, and decrease GIT cancer. What are monosaccharides? As I already told you, monosaccharides means one sugar molecule. These are simplest group of carbohydrate, are often referred to as simple sugar. Monosaccharides are crystalline in character, soluble in water, and uh, sweet to taste, and cannot be further hydrolyzed. Monosaccharide can be classified as aldoses and ketoses. When the functional group in monosaccharide is an aldehyde, CHO group, then they are known as aldoses. Example: glyceraldehyde, glucose, galactose, ribose, mannose. And ketoses, when the functional group is a keto group, C double bond O group, they are referred to as ketoses. Example: fructose, dehydroxyacetone. Let's see more examples. Trioses. In case of trioses, aldotriose, glyceraldehyde, and uh, ketotriose, dehydroxyacetone. Tetroses, aldotetrose, erythrose, and ketotetrose, erythrulose. Aldopentose, ribose, and ketopentose, ribulose. Aldohexose, glucose, and ketohexose, fructose. Aldoheptose, glucoheptose, and ketohexose, heptose, pseudoheptulose. All of these are examples of monosaccharides on the basis of number of carbon atoms. Okay. There are several isomers of glucose. Example: allose, aldose, galactose, D-glucose, L-glucose, idose, mannose, fructose. All of these are isomers of glucose. What are isomers? Isomers are compounds having same molecular formula but different structural arrangement. Glucose and fructose are functional isomers of each other because they have same molecular formula C6H12O6 but different functional group. C6H12O6 but different functional group. Functional group in fructose is ketose group, and functional group in glucose is aldose group, CHO. And glucose is an aldohexose, while fructose is a ketohexose. Galactose is also an isomer of glucose having same chemical formula but different structural arrangement. Next, oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides means, oligo means few and saccharides means sugar. Oligosaccharides contains 2 to 10 monosaccharide molecules which are liberated on hydrolysis. Based on the number of monosaccharide unit present, oligosaccharides are further subdivided into disaccharide and trisaccharides. Disaccharides: maltose, sucrose, and lactose. And example of trisaccharides: raffinose. And trehalose is also an example of disaccharides. Maltose is a disaccharide consists of two glucose molecule held together by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond. Maltose forms sunflower shaped osazone. Maltose can be hydrolyzed by dilute acid or enzyme maltase to liberate two molecules of alpha D glucose. We will discuss osazone formation in upcoming slides. Next disaccharide is sucrose. Sucrose is the sugar of commerce, mostly produced by sugarcane and sugar beets. Sucrose is made up of alpha D glucose, and beta D fructose. The reducing group of glucose and fructose are involved in glycosidic bond. Hence, sucrose is a non-reducing sugar and it cannot form osazone. Next disaccharide is isomaltose. Isomaltose contains two glucose units are held together by alpha 1,6 glycosidic linkage. Alpha 1,6 glycosidic linkage. And cellulose contains two glucose unit and held together by beta 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Cellubiose is formed during the hydrolysis of cellulose. Okay. Beta 1,4. Remember, beta 1,4. Okay. Next disaccharide is lactose. Lactose is more commonly known as milk sugar since it is disaccharide found in milk. Lactose is composed of beta D galactose and beta D glucose held together by beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. The anomeric carbon of C1 glucose is free, hence lactose exhibit reducing property and forms osazone. Powder puff shape osazone. Next disaccharide is trehalose. Trehalose is a non-reducing disaccharide composed of two glucose molecules linked by alpha alpha 1,1 glycosidic bond. It is present in wide variety of organisms include bacteria, fungi, insects, plants and invertebrate animals. Let's see the structure of trehalose. Um, this is the structure of trehalose. And trehalose is a non-reducing sugar. Next, polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are polymer of monosaccharide units with high molecular weight up to a million. They are usually tasteless, non-sugars, and form colloids with water. The polysaccharides are of two types, homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. What is the difference between homo and heteropolysaccharides? Homopolysaccharides on hydrolysis yield only a single type of monosaccharide that can be glucose, fructose. They are named based on the nature of monosaccharide. Thus, glucans are the polymer of glucose, whereas fructogens are polymer of fructose. Heteropolysaccharides on hydrolysis yield a mixture of few monosaccharides or their derivatives. Let's discuss some examples of homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Chitin, cellulose, starch, inulin, glycogen. All of these are homopolysaccharides. Mucopolysaccharides, heparin, keratin sulfate, pectin, agar. All of these are heteropolysaccharides. We will discuss individual polysaccharides later. First, let's talk about structural aspects of monosaccharides. What are the stereoisomers? Stereoisomers are the compounds that have the same structural formula but differ in their spatial configuration or the spatial arrangement of atoms in a molecule. D and L isomers are mirror image of each other. We can see that D glucose and L glucose are the mirror image of each other. The OH group attached to carbon 5 determines whether the sugar is D or L isomer. If OH group is on the right side, the sugar is of D series, and then sugar is known as D sugar. And if the OH group attached to carbon 5 is on the left side, it belongs to L series, and then sugar is known as L sugar. It may be noted that the naturally occurring monosaccharides in mammalian tissue are mostly of D configuration. The enzyme machinery of cells is specific to metabolize D series of monosaccharides. That's why naturally occurring monosaccharides are mostly of D configuration. What is asymmetric carbon? A carbon is said to be asymmetric when it is attached to four different atoms or groups. It is an asymmetric carbon because it is attached to four different atoms or groups. It is also an asymmetric carbon, and it is also an asymmetric carbon, and this is also an asymmetric carbon. So we can say glucose has four asymmetric carbons. The number of asymmetric carbon atoms n determines the possible isomers of a given compound, which is equal to 2 to the power n, and n is number of asymmetric carbon atoms. Glucose contains 4 is asymmetric carbons and thus has 16 isomers. 2 to the power 4 equal to 16. Next, if the OH on the bottom chiral center point to the right, the sugar is D-glucose or D-sugar. If the OH on the bottom chiral center points to the left, sugar is L-sugar. Okay. Next, optical activity of sugars. When a beam of polarized light is passed through a solution of optical isomer, it will be rotated either to right or left. The term dextrorotatory is for right side rotation and levorotatory is for left side rotation. And what are racemic mixtures? If D and L isomers are present in equal concentration, it is known as racemic mixture or DL mixture. Racemic mixture does not exhibit any optical activity. Okay. Next, what are epimers? If two monosaccharides differ from each other in their configuration around a single specific carbon other than anomeric carbon, which carbon is the anomeric carbon? Let's understand with the help of structure. This carbon is anomeric carbon. This carbon is anomeric carbon. This carbon is anomeric carbon. And what are epimers? If two monosaccharides like galactose and glucose differ in their configuration around a single specific carbon other than anomeric carbon atom, they are referred as epimers of each other. Glucose and galactose are epimers of each other at carbon 4. Glucose and galactose are C4 epimers, while glucose and mannose are C2 epimers. Next, epimerization. The interconversion of epimers. Example, glucose to galactose and galactose to glucose is known as epimerization. And the group of enzyme, namely epimerases, catalyze this reaction. Next, enantiomers. Enantiomers are a special type of stereoisomers that are mirror image of each other. We can see D sugar and L sugar are the mirror image of each other. So, L glucose and D glucose are enantiomers of each other. Next, anomers. The alpha and beta cyclic form of D-glucose are known as anomers. Alpha and beta form of D-glucose are known as anomers. They differ from each other in the configuration around C1, C1, known as anomeric carbon. This carbon is known as anomeric carbon. In case of alpha anomer, the OH group held by anomeric carbon is on the opposite side of CH2OH of sugar ring, or we can say below the plane of ring. Okay, in case of alpha D glucose, and in case of beta D glucose, the OH group present in anomeric carbon lies above the uh, plane of ring. Okay. Thank you all. Stay tuned for the next part where we will explore the structure of carbohydrates and individual polysaccharides. Thank you all. Please don't forget to like and share the video. Thank you.